Oh my gosh. Ya son las 2:20. Okay, I have 30 minutes to make this happen, so a comer. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, hi, how are you? My name is Selene, and for those of you that do, then welcome back. So for today's video, I thought I'd kind of talk about my journey with my business, give you guys a little bit of an update, and just kind of how I got started, what I did, and a little bit of, you know, background, because I feel like I haven't done like a sit down video in a good minute. I have this right here. This is sushi. This is sushi, fried rice, and beef lo mein. So, déjenlo saco. And you guys, I haven't ate all day, so I am starving. Ya ni sé ni qué, en qué mundo ando. I think this is wonton soup, which I've never had, but I was like, okay, échenlo. They're like, it comes with your lunch thing. I was like, say no more. And then I have a Pepsi. If you don't drink soda, good for you. No, just kidding. I do, so yeah. Take a bite of this roll. So here, I'll show you guys. So I get the shrimp tempura rolls. These are my favorite. They're so good. You know what? I changed my mind. This is just gonna be a video of me eating para comer a gusto. So, how did I get started? For those of you that didn't know, I am the owner of Simply Fashion Boutique on Instagram, if you guys want to follow us. But let me give you guys a little bit of background as to how I went from being jobless to now being my own boss, being an entrepreneur, and a successful one at that. I don't want to, you know, be like a show off or anything, but if anything, I want this to motivate you guys in the sense that, you know, si se puede. I'm gonna do the long story short version of my background and how I got started, kind of where I was before I started my business. So a few years ago, I don't know how back I want to take it, because I could go way back and give you guys like a exactly kind of where I was, but that's just gonna take me forever. I'll be sure to put a timestamp of whenever I actually start talking in the comments, so you guys can, you know, skip this part if you want. I'm telling you guys, aquí me van a hallar. Hold on. So there was a point in time that me and my son's dad were trying to get it together, you know, trying to figure it out for the last time. And it didn't really work out, but in the midst of all that, my mom was sick. She felt better and decided to go back to work. So I no longer had her to watch my son for me. And there's nothing wrong with child support, with daycare, but it's just not something that I wanted for my son. I had no choice but to quit my job at the bank and take care of him, be a stay-at-home mom. So all this was happening. Me and the dad could not figure it out, so I moved back home with my parents. Now at this point, I had a good savings from when I was working at the bank, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this little bit of time, enjoy my son, and you know, that's what we're gonna do. We went on a family vacation, everything was good, and then I come back, and that's kind of when my world changed. We came back from a family vacation, and I decided that I wasn't going to do banking anymore. I wanted to go into the insurance world. I just wanted to try a different kind of office job from the bank. I went to school for it. I actually did all that stuff, but as I was going to school, I found out that my son needed to have open heart surgery. So that was really hard for us. It was a really hard time. And after the surgery and everything, again, I stayed true to myself, and I was just, I'm gonna just watch him, take care of him, just be with him. And throughout all this time, this is why I say I went from jobless to being an entrepreneur, because I was living off of my savings. I was babysitting our little neighbor to get some extra cash, and that's basically all I was doing. I knew that I had enough to, like, you know, be okay, but I know at some point I'd have to start thinking about a job and everything. And so yeah, that was just a really hard time, probably the hardest year of my life. My mom being in the hospital, my son having open heart surgery, me not having a job or being like having a constant like check coming in the mail. It was just really hard. But the good thing that came out of all of this is I did have, like I said, a lot of free time. I wasn't working, I was just with my son. And if you guys have gone to my Simply Fashion boutique website, you guys will see at the very bottom there's like a little bio about me, and in there I wrote that I used the last amount of money that I had in my savings to purchase a camera and a computer, and that's kind of what I did. So that goes back to this moment in my life. So basically I was coming down to the end of my savings, and with the surgery and my mom's sickness, it taught me, not that I never knew it was important, but it taught me that like family is everything and time is everything. Like money really isn't. Like we only have one life to live, you guys. Like we don't start over, just one life to live. And at that moment I wasn't really worried about anything else, and I just wanted to be happy and just live my life differently, you know what I mean? So basically that's true. I took the last amount that I had in my savings, which is probably not the best thing to do financially, but in my heart it just felt right for some reason. So I took that money and I went to Best Buy. I ended up buying a camera and I bought a laptop, and I was just like, now's the time that I'm gonna live my dream with YouTube, and that's what I'm gonna do. So it took me a few months, and it got scarier and scarier because again my savings were now like soaked up, and I had a camera and fear and just didn't want to take that leap of faith, you know. But whatever, long story short, I did my whole YouTube thing, and by the grace of God, literally gracias a Dios, todo me salió bien y me salió bien rápido. Dang, I was holding that soda for like 5 minutes. It went very well. I think I grew my channel within a few months, and luckily for me, in those months I was able to monetize my videos, which felt amazing because it felt like I was on the right path. I had no idea how YouTube worked, how much money you could make on YouTube, and none of that. So I kind of like learned along the way, but I just felt like, oh my god, yes, my videos are getting monetized, like I'm gonna have some income and go from there. Something I also didn't mention is I was working as a promoter for a club. Like we would film like short little commercials for them and videos, and that's also how I had more money along with the babysitting. I was just hustling. Like I just couldn't just do anything, but I had to do something to work around what I could do without leaving my son. So at nighttime, that's when we would go film the videos, and I'd come back and I'd get paid right then and there. So like I said, like I didn't just sit here and do nothing. I did what I could with what I was going through, you know. My videos were bringing in some income, and I always knew that I wanted to take advantage of any platform that God would give me, whether it's 10,000, 500, 1,000, a million, whatever God wanted me to have is what I knew I was going to take advantage of, you know. So I knew the moment that I was starting to gain momentum on my YouTube channel was the moment that I was going to take advantage of it, just make the best, like I always have, out of every situation. So at this point, I remember specifically, let's say I had around 30,000 subscribers, and to me, I always felt like in my head I needed to have more and more and more, because the more subscribers meant the more successful like any business I would have, which is true from a marketing standpoint. But I felt like there was not going to be like a magic number that was going to give me the success I needed. If anything, it was just going to be the time that I took advantage of. And at that point, I said 30,000 is good enough for me, and like me voy a aventar, like I'm just going to go for it. So what's funny, and something that you guys probably don't know either, is in one of my videos I announced that I had a big announcement, and the funny thing about that is I still didn't even have my name registered. I hadn't picked a name yet. I had none of that, and I still told you guys about it because I feel like if you speak something into existence, it'll happen. But more than anything, I just wanted it to hold me accountable to actually go through with it, because I knew that I had said it. So now, like, chingas, I know you have to do it, you know. So yeah, which low-key a lot of people think otherwise. A lot of people say don't say your plans unless it's done, or until this and that, because other people could ruin it. I do not believe in that at all. If you believe in it hard enough, there's nothing or no one that could come in the way. Just my perspective. Because if you're already doubting that people have the ability to ruin something for you, you don't believe in yourself like hard enough. And that's just how I think about it. You could think about it different, but for me, like, if I believe something, like, I believe in it wholeheartedly. Like, nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. Nobody could ruin it for me but myself, you know. But anyways, and that's when I was like, girl, you need to get on it. And sure enough, little by little, that's what I did. I just worked towards it. I did a lot of research. I want you guys to keep in mind that this video is about my journey, where I was at prior to starting my business, how my business is doing now, etc. This is not like a video that tells you these are the steps that you need to take to do your business, you know. I could link some of my favorite YouTubers videos that helped me along my way in the description box below, so check it out. But really quickly, I'll just let you guys know what I did. The first thing that I did was try to come up with a name. I felt like once I had a name, I could pick the color, the vibe, all the other stuff. So the first thing I did was pick a name. I didn't pick one right away. I simmered on it for like 3 or 4 days, and then hold on. And then after I picked a name, I decided to like kind of pick a logo. From there, I did research on what I needed in terms of licenses, business structure. Keep in mind that I did have banking background, and I used to open business accounts, so I kind of knew a little bit about that because of my background. But definitely do your research on it. I still had to like refresh myself on exactly what kind of business entity I wanted to have personally. Once I did that, the next thing I did was search places on where to get my inventory, and the first thing I did was place an order. And then once that happened, I figured out what supplies I needed, how was I going to send these orders out, and after that I figured out how to do my labels, my shipping, all of that stuff, which I think that was the hardest thing for me. I could just not wrap my head around these freaking shipping labels. So shout out to Jackie, she definitely helped me. A lot of the steps I followed off after that, you guys have seen in my vlogs. I kind of took you guys with me through my photo shoots, opening some inventory, doing some packaging, and the rest is history. Obviously, you guys have guessed that we are back and someone's hungry. Okay, baby. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Yeah? You're all sunburned. It's all hot. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you so you can sit over there. ¿Quieres la cuchara para el arroz? Ven. Here. Alright guys, so I read my little text to myself. I know where I'm at. I didn't forget. Fast forward now to where I am. It's been, I think, 7-8 months since I launched the boutique. This update was low-key long overdue. So basically in those 6 months, I have learned so much, you guys. I have grown so much. I believe our boutique, this is our boutique. My boutique's Instagram, it finally reached 22K. Jill. Guys, this is why I like to film like in una sentada, because now I'm like all over the place. I'm ready to just finish eating and just like, you know. I want to open up a brick and mortar, aka a little retail shop, a little retail store here. That support to open up like a little store has been insane, and I think that's kind of my next step. Something that I didn't mention, or I think I like lost my train of thought, but I started off my business with literally the bare minimum. I started my business with around $1,200 and have used only that initial cost to reinvest and make more purchases and sell and so on and so forth. So that $1,200 has brought me all the way over here. So I want to keep that going with starting my store with no loans and save up for it and just grow with no debt. That's like my biggest thing. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. That's what our next step is. And 2019 was one of the hardest but one of the most like rewarding years of my life, and I'm so happy to have lived it, literally. And it is just the beginning. I haven't even been in business for even a year, so just the fact that it's gone to this in months, like I'm so excited for the future. But yeah, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed just watching me eat, watching me try to eat, hearing about my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a big thumbs up. You guys already know what to do. Subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you guys don't miss any future videos, but specifically the one that's coming next, where I share with you guys my like most important tips for beginners. I really want to take my time and give you guys what I think are the most useful, and now being in business for this long, what I feel like you guys could take the most from. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also follow me and my boutique's social media. I will leave all those links as well as all the other videos that I talked about in the description box below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Until next time. Oh, you know what? My fortune cookies. Hold on. Ah! I freaking love fortune cookies. Like, I buy these to just eat them. I buy them. Well, I mean, it's because they're not like your average cookie. Like, it's not an Oreo. Whatever. Let's see what this says. A purpose is the eternal condition for success. That is so true. I feel like once you find your purpose, no matter what happens, it feels so fulfilling that it's successful to you in your eyes. And I think that's what's kind of happening to me. I'm gonna open up the other one just because I freaking love reading these. Adversity is a prosperity of the great. ¿Qué dijo? Sorry. Okay, guys. Ahora sí. I love you guys.